हेलो माय लवली स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल लर्न विथ योगिता। आज हम करेंगे चैप्टर 8 सेल द यूनिट ऑफ लाइफ के एमसीक्यूज 112 एमसीक्यूज सॉल्व करेंगे। जहां आपको लग रहा है कि यानी क्वेश्चंस को रीड करने के लिए टाइम लगेगा तो पॉज कीजिए, रीड द क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर इट करेक्टली, ठीक है। एंड आफ्टर 112 एमसीक्यूज आप मुझे इसकी स्कोर भी सेंड करोगे ऑन द कमेंट सेक्शन। आई वुड लाइक टू नो योर स्कोर। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। First question. Unicellular microorganisms were first studied by? The answer is Leeuwenhoek. Most likely method used to determine the structural details of the cell organelle is? The answer is electron microscopy. Who proposed the theory that cells arise only from pre-existing cells? The answer is Virchow. Names of Schleiden and Schwann are associated with? The answer is cell theory. Difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells is having? The answer is nuclear membrane. Membranous extension in blue-green algae are known as? The answer is chromatophore. The term glycocalyx is used for? The answer is a layer surrounding the cell wall of bacteria. Which of the following is incorrect? Nerve cells are some of the smallest cells. If we separate the cell organelles of a living cell, then which part should be metabolically active? The answer is endoplasmic reticulum. Select the incorrect statement about prokaryotic ribosomes. Polysome consists of many ribosomes only. If all the ribosomes of a cell are destroyed, protein will not be formed. Which of the following lacks cell wall? The answer is all of these. According to the modified fluid mosaic model, which statement is incorrect? Proteins can also undergo flip-flop movement. Active transport across biomembrane involves? Requirement of energy. Integral proteins of cell membrane occurs on or in? Phospholipid matrix. The fluidity of the membranes in a plant in cold weather may be maintained by? Increasing the number of phospholipids with unsaturated fats. In which method of transport does the plasma membrane not require a carrier molecule? Simple diffusion. The lipid component of the membrane mainly consists of? Phosphoglycerides. Which of the following statements are correct? In plant cells, vacuoles can occupy 90% of the cell volume. Membranes of the erythrocytes has approximately dash ratio of protein and lipids 52:40. The best material for study of structure of cell membrane is? RBG of human. Which one of the following structures between two adjacent cells is an effective transport pathway? Plasmodesmata. Which of the following determines the shape of bacterial cells and provides strong structural support to prevent bursting or collapsing? Cell wall. Which one of the following is not considered as part of endomembrane structure? Peroxisome. Which of the following cell organelles were discovered after the introduction of electron microscope? Endoplasmic reticulum and ribosomes. Dash is the important site of formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids. Golgi apparatus. Which one of the following combination is mismatched? Villi for reproduction. Which one of the following organelles is correctly matched with its function? Rough endoplasmic reticulum, protein synthesis. Which of the following is responsible for the origin of lysosome? Golgi body. Beetroot, if kept in cold water, anthocyanin does not come out due to plasma membrane, which is differentially permeable. Scavenging of worn out cell parts and denatured proteins in the cells is done by lysosomes. Explain why the samples having endoplasmic reticulum nucleus belong to eukaryotic cell and not prokaryotic cell. Because eukaryotic cells have membrane bound organelles. Lysosomes are single membrane bound organelle. Which of the following statement is correct? Contains 40 to 50 hydrolytic enzymes. Rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum are the major sites for synthesis of proteins and lipids. Membranous bag with hydrolytic enzymes used for intracellular digestion of macromolecules is lysosome. The main organelle involved in modification and routing of newly synthesized proteins to their destination is endoplasmic reticulum. Which of the following statements regarding mitochondrial membrane is not correct? Enzymes of the electron transport chain are embedded in the outer membrane. Which of the following terms is not correctly matched with its feature? Mesosome, infoldings of the cell membrane. In which of the following are the cells held together by a calcium pectate layer? Middle lamella. Which one of the following pairs is not correctly matched? Plasmodesmata to the membrane. Protein synthesis in an animal cell occurs on ribosomes present in the cytoplasm as well as in mitochondria. Percentage of mitochondrial DNA in the cell is 1% of total cellular DNA. Which of the following pair lacks a unit membrane? Ribosome and nucleolus. Mitochondria are numerous and densely packed in very active tissues. Golgi apparatus is absent in bacteria and blue-green algae. Mitochondrial cristae are sites of oxidation reduction reactions. Where does glycosylation of the protein occur? Endoplasmic reticulum. Enzyme found functional in lysosome is acid phosphatase. Axoneme with microtubular arrangement occurs in both cilia and flagella. The cytoskeleton is a proteinous network of fibers in the cytoplasm. It is involved in all of these. A component of cytoskeleton is microtubule. Lysosomes contain hydrolases. Golgi apparatus is concerned with secretion. Function of contractile vacuole in amoeba is excretion and osmoregulation. Both the membranes of mitochondria are structurally as well as functionally different. Plastids are found in All plant cells and euglenoids. Plastids storing fat are called elaioplasts. Which of the following statement is correct regarding vacuum? It is membrane bound and contains water and excretory materials. Grana are stacks of thylakoids. What would happen if lysosomes get ruptured in a cell? Cell dies. Choose the incorrect statement about mitochondria. Has ATS ribosomes. Synthesis of lipids and carbohydrates is regulated by SER. In prokaryotes, mitochondria are absent even then Krebs cycle takes place. What is the site of Krebs cycle in bacteria? Cytoplasm. The main organelle involved in modification and routing of newly synthesized proteins to the destination is endoplasmic reticulum. Which one of the following cellular parts is correctly matched with their characters? Thylakoids to flattened membranous structure. In the structure of a mitochondria, select the part correctly matched with its function. Inner membrane forms cristae. Which option correctly matches A, B, C, D in the sectional view of chloroplast? Option C. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Option D. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Option C. An organelle devoid of membrane covering is ribosome. Basal bodies are associated with the formation of cilia and flagella. Centrioles and centrosomes occur in the cells of animals. Microtubules are absent in mitochondria. Microtubules, motor proteins and actin filaments are all part of cytoskeleton of eukaryotic cells. Which of these is wrongly matched? Option B. Select the correct matching in the following pairs. Option A. Nucleolus is rounded structure inside the nucleus having RNA. The given diagram shows the types of chromosomes based on the position of centromere. Which one is the correct option? Option A. Nuclear envelope is a derivative of rough endoplasmic reticulum. DNA is not present in ribosomes. Cellular organelles with membranes are lysosomes, Golgi body and mitochondria. A common characteristic feature of plant sieve tube cells and most mammalian erythrocyte is absence of nucleus. Select the statement which is not true for ribosomes. Have no role in protein synthesis. Which one of these is not a eukaryote? Anabaena. Which of the following stains is not used for staining chromosomes? Methylene green. Different cells have different sizes. Arrange the following cells in ascending order of their size. Mycoplasma, bacteria, human RBC and ostrich egg. Which of the following feature is common to prokaryotes and many eukaryotes? Cell wall present. Who proposed the fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane? Singer and Nicholson. Which of the following options is true for a secretory cell? RER is easily observed in the cell. What is a tonoblast? Membrane boundary of vacuole of plant cell. Which of the following is not true for a eukaryotic cell? It has ATS ribosome in mitochondria. Which of the following statement is not true for a cell membrane? Carbohydrates are never found in it. Plastids differ from mitochondria on the basis of which feature? Presence of thylakoids. Which of the following is not a function of cytoskeleton in intracellular transport? The stain used to visualize mitochondria is Janus green. Which one of the following cell organelle is enclosed by a single membrane? Lysosomes. Microtubules are the constituents of spindle fibers, centrioles and cilia. Which cell organelle is responsible for extracting energy from carbohydrates to form ATP? Mitochondria. Select the incorrect match. Option C. Which of the following events does not occur in rough endoplasmic reticulum? Phospholipid synthesis. The Golgi complex participates in formation of secretory vesicles. Which of the following is true for nucleolus? It is a site for active ribosomal RNA synthesis. The shorter and longer arms of a submetacentric chromosome are referred to as P arm and Q arm. The concept of omnis cellula e cellulae regarding cell division was first proposed by Rudolf Virchow. Which of the following pair of organelles does not contain DNA? Lysosomes and vacuoles. Which of the following statements regarding mitochondria is incorrect? Enzymes of ETS are embedded in the outer membrane. Which of the following statement is not correct? Option D. Which is the important site of information of glycoproteins and glycolipids in eukaryotic cells? Golgi bodies. Which of the following statements about inclusion bodies is incorrect? They are involved in ingestion of food particles. The organelles included in endomembrane system are ER, Golgi body, lysosomes and vacuoles. When the centromere is situated in the middle of two equal arms, the chromosome is metacentric. Mycoplasm can pass through less than 1 micrometer filter, or they are bacteria with cell wall. Choose the correct option. If you have reached till here, that means you have completed all the MCQs और आपने पूरा complete chapter 8 अच्छे से कर लिया है. सो कमेंट डाउन योर स्कोर्स, और जिसका स्कोर अच्छा नहीं आया है एक और बार ये वीडियो आप रिविजिट कीजिए, एक और बार ये सॉल्व कीजिए एंड देन वापस मुझे आपका स्कोर अपडेट करके आप कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख के भेज सकते हो. आई वुड लाइक टू नो योर स्कोर. फॉर मोर सच वीडियोस subscribe to my channel and challenge your friend by sending this video to him. Let's see what score he gets.